I love Saskatchewan. It's the place where I've grown up. I've worked in many different cities from Humboldt, Melfort, Prince Albert to Saskatoon. I have family all over, and unanimously, people who live in this province tend to think it's a great place to live, work, invest, and raise a family in. However, there are folks who won't find it as charming. Here are a few reasons why you should not move to Saskatchewan.
This is the Saskatchewan Real Estate Podcast, the show that highlights Saskatchewan real estate. Looking to buy your first house, your next investment property? Subscribe to never miss an episode. Here's your host, Ron Caroni.
Welcome back to the Saskatchewan Real Estate Podcast. I'm your host, Ron Caroni. Here on the channel, we love to touch on all things Saskatchewan, all things real estate. If this sounds like content that you're looking for, something you need, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with our weekly episodes that come out every single Monday. If there's a question you had about this video or another on the channel and you'd like to reach out, please feel free to send me an email to ron@ronqmortgage.ca. To show my appreciation for your attention today, I've also included a special real estate pro tip at the end of this video, so stay tuned. Without further preamble, here are the negatives of Saskatchewan. All right, let's start it off with a very obvious one, the weather conditions. There are two things people from Saskatchewan love to talk about: the Saskatchewan Roughriders and the weather. Needless to say, Saskatchewan experiences extreme weather conditions. The winters are harsh, with temperatures often dipping below minus 30 degrees Celsius, minus 50 with the wind chill, and the summers can be equally extreme, reaching highs of 30 degrees Celsius or more, throw in the odd tornado, plow wind, hailstorm, and we get it all here. If you're hoping for a mild temperature place to live, Saskatchewan is not for you. Limited nightlife and entertainment. If you're someone who thrives in a bustling urban environment with a vibrant nightlife, Saskatchewan might fall short. The province is known for its serene nature and outdoor activities, but lacks the dynamic entertainment scene found in bigger cities. This is also partly due to a smaller population size. Don't get me wrong, there are some awesome bars and restaurants scattered throughout the province, but there's definitely a lack of variety when it comes to clubs and bars. A slight counter to this, though, we do have some amazing music festivals that take place over the summer, and there are many fantastic community events that take place throughout the year in both Saskatoon, Regina, and other surrounding communities. Limited diversity in employment opportunities. Saskatchewan's economy is heavily based on resources like potash, oil, and agriculture. This means there are huge opportunities in this sector. However, if you're an industry outside of agriculture, mining, energy, finding ample employment opportunities might be a challenge. From new to Canada people that I've talked to, many say there's more opportunity in the tech sector in places like Ontario, where big tech companies have more of a footprint. Remote living. Saskatchewan is known for its small towns and rural communities. If you're someone who likes to have everything within reach or enjoys the anonymity of a larger city, the close-knit and remote living style in many parts of Saskatchewan might not be for you. Long distances between cities and that flat landscape. There is a significant distance between major cities and towns in Saskatchewan. This means that if you want to travel from one city to another, be prepared for long drives that can sometimes be monotonous due to the flat landscape. This is, as much as it pains me to say, is bang on from all of the things you've heard about Saskatchewan, especially if you're in the southern portion where it is as flat as the eye can see. Now, being a real prairie boy, I love that. For me, if I spend too much time in the mountains, I get claustrophobic. I want to be able to see the weather coming from miles away, and I really love seeing things like the aurora borealis and just our amazing sunsets here in Saskatchewan. Lack of public transport services. Public transit services are not as developed or extensive in Saskatchewan, especially in smaller cities, but even people in big cities often tend to drive their own vehicles. This can be a big challenge if you rely on public transportation, as owning a car is almost a necessity for getting around. It can also suck to wait for your bus when it's minus 30 degrees. And lastly, limited airport services. Saskatchewan has a limited number of airports with scheduled services, and there are way less direct flights to destinations when compared to other airports in larger provinces. For example, there is a direct flight from London, Britain to Calgary. This makes traveling out of province more complicated when you live in Saskatchewan and ultimately more expensive. Because my wife is from Serbia, airport travel is very important to us, and having to fly out of Saskatoon can sometimes be a challenge due to the limited number of flights per day and the destinations we can fly to. As I conclude today's episode, let's not forget that despite the negatives of Saskatchewan, there are a greater number of positives, and that is why many people who call the province home are very proud to do so. But it is important to be aware of the pros and cons to help you make decisions when trying to decide where you want to call home, and I hope this helped you understand the province a little better. All right, now for your real estate tip for the week. When considering a move to a new area, it's crucial to visit the place in different seasons to get a feel of what day-to-day life is like. I would also recommend walking around different neighborhoods that you are considering purchasing in and looking at things like, do you like the vibe? Is the traffic volume to your liking? These can be important factors in being satisfied with your home purchase. For anyone who's considering a purchase, renewal, or refinance in Saskatchewan, I am a licensed mortgage broker and would be happy to walk you through the process. Feel free to send me an email to ron@ronqmortgage.ca if you have any further questions or if you'd like to get started on a no-fee pre-approval today. Thank you for tuning in to the Saskatchewan Real Estate Podcast. If you have any questions or need further information, please don't hesitate to reach out. Until next week, I'm Ron Caroni, your Saskatchewan mortgage professional. Bye for now.